In this video, I'm going to break down the old stop-motion Christmas classic, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. This channel is for artists who are hungry for inspiration and accountability, people who are interested in how movies are made, and anyone looking for a good story. So grab your eggnog and let's start the breakdown. It's coffee and eggnog.
What's the matter? Haven't you ever seen a talking snowman before? Nice around here, isn't it? I call it Christmas Town, better known as the North Pole. The Christmas tree forest.
Alright, let's look at that. If you're an animator, you probably already know that this is stop motion animation, which is almost like little action figures, little puppets that they created in real life, and they would go through frame by frame and take a picture and move it and take a picture and move it. And this holiday specials are usually created on a very, very small budget. So this is not animated on ones or twos. I'm pretty sure, let's take a look, I'm gonna frame through, that this was animated on whenever an action was made. So it's kind of random. Sometimes it would be on twos when it needed to be more fluid, and sometimes it would be on like fives or sixes. That's my prediction, so let's frame through. And if you're an animator and you want to do quick research on how someone animated something, more than and less than, is that what it's called? Anyway, these keys on your keyboard will allow you to go frame by frame, which is really helpful. So let's check it out. So that's 1, 2. Oh wait. 1, 2. It's the same picture, so this is on twos. Oh, that was on ones. Oh, interesting. This part right here is actually animated on ones, which really surprised me. I didn't think you would see animation on ones in this entire shot. Unless this is recorded at 12 frames a second, which it might be, but I'm thinking it's 24 frames a second.
Nice around here, isn't it? I call it Christmas Town.
So an interesting thing about this shot specifically is stop motion animation has to be animated straight ahead. So animators animate in two techniques. In 3D animation and 2D animation, you have the option of animating straight ahead or pose to pose. Pose to pose is how you've probably seen me animate in my anim vlog, which is finding your key storytelling poses, posing them out, making them as strong as possible, then deciding how they get from point A to point B between the poses, figuring out the in-betweens. But straight ahead, which is really good for action, or if you're going back and you're doing like hair or clothing overlap animation, it's really helpful to do straight ahead animation, which is like on like ones or twos. But in stop motion animation, you don't have a choice. You have to animate straight ahead, which in this shot specifically is really interesting because you can go through and see that they laid down a fake snow and they can't, well, I mean, if they mess up, they have to, you know, get a piece of paper or something and smear out the trail that it left behind them.
I call it Christmas Town, better known as the North Pole.
So basically, this stop motion artist had to get this right the first time, and if they messed up, they had to start all over again.
The Christmas tree forest. Yep, here's where we grow 'em. Nice place to live, you know. Christmas seals.
Growing up, my dad would always put on Christmas cartoons. Growing up in the 90s and the early 2000s, we would have to use a TV guide and go through and be like, oh, look at Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is playing tonight at 7 o'clock. Let's put that down on the calendar and watch it as a family. And it was a great memory for me. I feel more nostalgic for the days leading up to Christmas than actually Christmas.
Oh, you haven't touched a morsel. I'll have to take this suit in. Eat.
I'm busy, Mama. It's almost Christmas.
Whoever heard of a skinny Santa? Eat. Eat.
Oh my gosh. It's so funny looking at movies from a long time ago or TV shows from a long time ago. No one would ever make that joke today.
I don't know what we would have done without Rudolph to pull us through. Anyway, Rudolph? Could it be that some of you are not acquainted with the story of Rudolph? Well, pull up an ice block and lend an ear.
If you really haven't seen this, I found it on YouTube, so I guess you can look at the top. That's the title of it. But if you didn't grow up with cartoons like this, this was released on December 6th, 1964. That's a long time ago. Just 95% on Rotten Tomatoes. Wow. I like how he just pulls the ice block next to him. They didn't have the puppet be able to deform to look like he's sitting on an ice block. That's funny.
Reindeer,
You see that? That's gorgeous. 2D animated snow. So pretty. It's animated on 2s. See how the camera is on 1s and the 2D animation is on 2s? Background moves, snow moves. Background moves, snow moves.
Now let me tell you about Rudolph. It all started a couple of years before the big snow.
Rudolph.
Hey, he knows his name already.
Papa. Mama. He's got a shiny nose. Well, we'll simply have to overlook it.
Now, how can you overlook that?
That is the type of father I want to emulate. Wow, look at that. Wow, this is actually animated on 1s. Look at that. But I'm pretty sure it's 24 frames a second because if you animate a camera on 12 frames a second, it will make the audience sick. Wow, just thinking about the puppet right now. So, it looks like to get this light, they must have had the cord for it go down to his neck and then maybe go down underneath. Oh, what? It didn't let me unclick. Now he has a tail. Oh well. Go underneath, down into the floor in this direction. I'm just drawing with my mouse, so this would be a difficult thing to animate. So if you go through, looks like they were just focusing on animating the light brightness, so they must have a dimmer switch and would brighten it to make it glow. So that's pretty interesting. Wow, so every shot with Rudolph's red nose out means that there's a wire going underneath the floor or covered with snow. That'd be a good way to do it, is to like bury it in snow because there's a lot of snow shots. So I'm gonna keep an eye out and see if the snow shifts around.
His beak blinks like a blinking beacon.
Wow.
Normal little buck just like everybody else, right? Jingle, 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 you will hear my sleigh bells ring.
Bye-bye.
No, Santa's right.
He's already
You'll
talking,
never make the sleigh
and they're
team.
upset about his nose.
Wait a minute. I've got it. We'll hide Rudolph's nose.
The abominable snow monster of the north. He's mean. He's nasty.
This is funny. The weight of this creature is just all camera shake. So, as it starts shaking. Up, down, up, down. I think that's too many camera shakes. They could have gotten away with like a third of those shakes. Maybe 6 at the most, 3 at the least.
And he hates everything to do with Christmas. It is right before Christmas.
Ah, look at that.
And
Gorgeous.
everybody is getting ready for that big, big sleigh
2D
ride
animated
on the
snow.
night
Let's
of
see how
the
the snow is
24th
animated, shall we?
Christmas Eve.
Yep. Snow animated on 2s. Saves time. Most television back in the day was animated on 2s. Though even feature film sometimes is animated on 2s. But I think feature films can hide it really well.
For Christmas Eve. You see, all the toys Santa brings are made by these elves.
Look at that shot, everyone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Animating 7 characters by hand, all interacting with objects. Do you guys want to get assigned that shot? How would you feel? That would give me a headache, and I would cry a little bit. I want to see. Oh my gosh, they're animating on 1s. Look at that. Think about the timing of all the... Oh, there you go. Hits and holds. Oh, only for 2 frames though? Okay. Interesting.
Certain knack for toy making.
Ooh, that's animated on 1s, I can tell. That swing was smooth. Yeah, see? That's where the television shows. this television schedule. You're animating the camera on ones, so there's already movement in the scene. So just leave that puppet there for, what is it, like 6 frames?
All right, son, try it on.
I don't wanna. Daddy, I don't like it.
You'll like it and wear it.
Oh, but Daddy, it's not very comfortable.
Parenting goals, I tell you. That father, something wonderful.
There are more important things than comfort. Self-respect.
Yeah! And Rudolph is animated on ones. Sometimes. That's another thing. If there's a hold, instead of doing a moving hold, in 2D animation and stop motion apparently in this era, they would just hit the pose and then just like stay there. So if they're thinking, maybe they might animate the eyes moving around, but they just keep it still.
A biscuit.
Wait a second.
Not just a nip.
They're just animating his head.
Just because my nose closed.
When you move your head, everything moves. Like, let me see. You have to very consciously keep your chest still, but in animation, we're just an entirely connected chain. So when something moves, everything has to support it. Just, even if it's just like ever so slightly, tiniest of rotations, you have to support it. Unless it's super cartoony, sometimes you can, for comedic effect or maybe character choice, so you might want to animate the body being very rigid.
Why don't I fit in?
I don't know.
Hi, my name's Fireball. What's yours? Rudolph? Come on, you can be my buddy.
Okay, I'm not doing much personality talk, but I do think Rudolph is an extrovert because his shiny nose, which everybody hates for no reason, prevents him from socializing with other reindeer, which really upsets him. It would upset an introvert as well, but if an introvert had like a few close friends, then they would be pretty happy. It really hurts extroverts when they feel like they're being rejected by groups of people.
It's a great way to show off in front of the dogs. Come on.
Yeah, look how happy he is. He looks so happy to make a friend. So I think he's an extrovert, even though it's one friend. But he's immediately comfortable. Like, yeah, I got a friend. Awesome. Introverts, it takes a little longer to make a connection with someone because they're looking for depth. Where extroverts can have instant connections, introverts are a little slower to make a connection.
Well, let's get this over with.
What do you guys think? What do you like? Bald Santa, Santa with hair, Santa with long hair? I guess I never noticed that this Santa was bald. So let me know your favorite version of Santa.
Let's get this over with.
That's watching this scene last night with my son, which I did for the first time, which was awesome. This scene reminded me of some stressful daily reviews where the directors, we have a crazy deadline and they've worked too many hours.
I have to go down and look over the new deer.
Yep, busy.
Santa knows who's good, do the things you should, and we bet.
Have you guys had that reaction at a review from a teacher? Just they play your animation and they're like, oh no. Most people when they review your work are very sweet about it. They give you a nice compliment sandwich, but inside they feel like that. Ugh. Oh, he dropped it. This is actually really detailed animation for what they're working with. I'm sure these puppets were made in an afternoon. Let's look at that. I want to see that spin. He's about to spin it right here. Around. Oh, that's cool. Look at that. Spins on the tip of his finger. That's normal. Hey, babe. He's sleeping? I'm almost done. So we're going through this. Very interesting. They probably had some sort of sticky something and just spun it around his finger. That's really fun. It's interesting that they didn't think to do multiples. This would be a perfect opportunity to... And then makes that epic catch. So he's pretty confident, and then he immediately drops it. This is the best feedback I've ever heard.
Well, it needs work. I have to go.
What does Papa know? It's beautiful. You keep it just the way it was. Papa? Papa!
And you know, it's rich with gold. Gold! Gold and silver.
This character is
Silver and
hilarious.
gold. Wahoo!
Nothing.
Silver.
Apparently he was looking for, they cut something so that he was looking for peppermint, so that's why he was licking the, anyway, Pickaxe, Minecraft. I want to look at that animation. Oh, the teeth moved. That's hilarious. I wonder why. Maybe it fell out. The glue was maybe I stuck it back on in a weird way. Huh. Do you see all the fur that's moving around because it's being touched by the animator? That's awesome.
Now, Bumble has one weakness, and I know.
All right, cool. What's the weakness? Oh, right. Right down. Dips your toe in. Have you ever dipped your toe in a pool and then fell in?
The Bumble sinks.
He's very uncoordinated. My next video, I'll be breaking down The Grinch Stole Christmas, one of my favorite Christmas animated films. And then after that, I'll be breaking down Charlie Brown's Christmas, which is another awesome nostalgia trip. Right now we're at 81 subscribers, which is such a big number, so thank you so much. We're still trying to get to 100, so please subscribe. If you have an artistic friend, please share some videos of mine. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. Let me know what holiday you're celebrating in the comments so I can celebrate with you. And if you're not celebrating a holiday, then Happy Friday, because this comes out on Friday. That's all for today. Thanks, bye.